Today we're diving into something that we've all experienced, and that is the roller coaster of emotions when we're moving home. Now, whether you're a seasoned mover or a first-time buyer, this video will give you everything you need to know about the process. And I'll post some links below for some more information and some tools to help you along the way. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, you need to look at why you're considering a move. Maybe it's a job opportunity, a growing family, or maybe it's just a fresh start. Understanding why is absolutely crucial though, because it sets the tone for the entire journey. Ask yourself what your long-term goals are, what's your reason for selling, and actually if you can afford to make that move. Now you need to take into account all the home buying costs and not just the cost of the actual property. Think about things like how much it'll cost to run it. Now don't rush into the decision either. Take some time, work out your costs and discuss it with your loved ones. Now in some situations, renting is actually a good option instead of buying straight away, as it gives you longer to think about what you want. Some more advantages include less pressure to find that new home, because it doesn't always come easy finding that dream house. More flexibility in the time it takes you to sell your house. It gives you a massive chance and opportunity to find that dream home and wait for it to come on the market. And it puts you in a stronger position when you're buying that new home because you won't be in a chain. However, renting does come with some disadvantages too. It is more expensive in the long term. It does mean more moves. And in the time that you're renting, the market might change, which means the prices of houses might go down, but they might go up. And this might affect which deal you get on your mortgage. So before you decide whether it's the right time for you to move, sell, buy at the same time, or rent, make sure that you weigh all these things up. Now that's the decision made, let's talk money. Now moving can be pricey, from deposits to stamp duty to moving fees, removal costs. The first thing that you should do is check with your lender for any outstanding balances that you might owe when you end your mortgage term. Now, exit fees on mortgages can range from about 1.5% to around 3.5% of the balance of that mortgage. The next thing to do is to set a realistic budget. Now, we've touched on this in the last chapter, but make sure that you account for all expenses, including running costs, bills, and make sure that you can still live when you move. Now is also a good time to get your property valued and speak to a mortgage advisor so that you know what interest rates are available and what products might suit your personal circumstance. If you do want to keep the same lender, it might be possible that you can port your mortgage. Now this means transferring your mortgage on your current property onto a new property. Now when you do ask your lender to port your mortgage, you are effectively having to reapply to borrow the money. So any changes in personal circumstance might affect this. Now with budget in mind, let's explore potential locations. Consider what matters most to you. So is it local amenities? Is it schools? Is it being close enough to walk down for that local coffee shop? Choose some neighbourhoods and visit them at different times, at weekends, during the week. Get a sense of the neighbourhood, get a sense of traffic levels, how long it takes you to get to different places, and just get a general vibe for each location. It's also wise to ask the estate agent questions. What are the local amenities in the area? What are the transport links like? Are the schools good and are they oversubscribed? And are there any plans for investment for the area? Now you can do this research yourself as well online by going on the local authority website. But however you choose to do your research, make sure you gather as much information as possible to make an informed decision on the area of your choice. Now preparing your current home for a new chapter is exciting. Staging your home can not only increase the value of your home, but it can also mean that somebody coming in is more attracted to the aesthetics of your home and is willing to pay a higher price. So the aim of the game here is to make your home as appealing as possible to potential buyers. So think about decluttering, fixing those loose wires, cupboard door handles, and maybe add a fresh coat of paint. Staging your home can make a huge difference when attracting potential buyers. And it doesn't have to be expensive. The other part of getting your home ready for sale is to get it valued if you haven't already. And the key here is to choose the right estate agent. So you want somebody who's going to communicate well with you, market your home well, and don't be swayed by the highest valuation. Because sometimes an agent will come in and they'll give an overly inflated valuation, knowing that it'll probably be knocked down. Go with the agent that you feel most comfortable with and you think will do the right job for you. So things that you can ask your estate agents when they come around to value is, what properties have they sold in the area similar to yours? Who do they have on the books that might be interested in your property? And what methods will they use to market your house? The other professional that you'll need to enlist the help of is a conveyancer or solicitor. When you're choosing a solicitor, it is vital that you ask some questions. So you will want to know what is included in their fees, if there will be any additional costs likely, what will happen if the sale falls through in terms of fees, How big is their caseload? Have they got capacity to take your case on with ease? Who will be managing your case? And how will they communicate with you to make sure you get them updates regularly? Because there is nothing worse than moving home and feeling during the process like you're being kept in the dark. Now for the fun part, house hunting. So this is the point where you can dive onto them online platforms, ring the estate agent to see what new listings they've got, and get out in the local areas and explore and look for houses. But make sure that with every property you see, don't rush. Visit the properties, view them, and make sure that you get the feel that this is somewhere that you want to live. Don't forget, it's not just a house, it's your next home. If you are buying a new home, make sure you go to viewings, do second viewings if you need, and ask the right questions so you can make an informed decision. Examples of questions that you can ask a seller are: why are you selling? How long have you lived in the property? What work have you had done on the property? What are the neighbours like? And what is the local area like? Make sure you view, and ask for a second and even third viewing if you feel you need it. Now, making an offer on a property can be really nerve-wracking, but it's all part of the game. And negotiation skills really come into play here. So be really clear on your terms. Don't be afraid to discuss things with the estate agent, or if you're going direct to the seller. Where you can, back everything up with evidence. So if you've done online research of similar properties in the area that have sold in a similar condition to yours, use them in your evidence for structuring your offer. While it's common to make your offer verbally on the telephone with the estate agent, always make sure you back this up in writing. Now let's talk about speeding up that conveyancing process. Now this is the point when you've sold your home, you've got a buyer, and you've also found one that you want to buy and put an offer in. The number of properties that are involved in the transaction is called a chain. Now there could be several buyers and sellers in each chain. The bigger the chain, the more likely there are for delays to arise. However, there are steps that you can take to drive the process forward and make sure there are as few delays as possible. The first one is to stay organised, to communicate with all parties and make sure you follow everything up. Don't be afraid to chase people up. If you haven't heard anything for a few weeks, just make a quick call. Your conveyancer and the estate agent should be updating you regularly. Make sure that you agree deadlines as soon as possible. You may not be able to select a move-in date initially, but just keep asking your conveyancer what stage in the process are you at and where are the sellers in their position to start negotiating around dates. It may be that there's something coming up, a holiday or something, which the sellers know might delay the process further, and it's important that you know this as early as possible so that you can plan. So congratulations, you've gone through the whole process and the big day has now arrived. Now, moving day can be chaotic, but being well planned makes all the difference. Hire a reliable moving company, pack efficiently, and remember it's okay to feel a little bit stressed. Some things that you can do to make life a little bit easier for you are pack an essentials box. Things like wash items, your kettle, anything that you might need on that day. And keep that box easily accessible so that you don't have to rummage through everything to find it. You should also label your boxes. You'd be surprised at how many people don't do this, but it's really important when you're unpacking to know exactly where everything should be. Take moving breaks. So it's great having it all go, but it's really easy to get overwhelmed and tired. So remember to take rest breaks, take food breaks, and if you do need to take a break from packing, for example, just go out and do something you enjoy to get away from the whole moving chaos. Communication on moving day is absolutely essential, so if you've got a moving company or you've got family and friends, make sure everybody knows what roles they've got and what they need to be doing. Congratulations, you've made it, you've moved in, and now you can start to unpack. Explore your neighbourhood and make your house your home. Now once you've sat down, made yourself a brew and started to unpack some of them boxes, it's time to think about the life admin that you now need to tackle. This includes contacting people like energy companies to update your address. Don't forget things like the bank, your workplace, your driver's licence and even the gym. Another one to remember is redirecting your mail, and you can do this direct online with Royal Mail, and you can do it in advance so you can actually plan this before the moving day. Now moving is very much a process and not just a day. So be patient, embrace the new excitement, look forward to your new chapter, and remember your home is where the heart is.